Hi, Stephen Callahan, Director of the SJCOE Fab Lab here with DataBlocks Notebook. I'm going to show a really quick tutorial as to how this tool works. All right, notice, just so you can see that it does make graphs, there's kind of a starter graph here. I'm going to go ahead, click on graphing, and see the blocks that deal with making a graph. I want a new, well, let's make a bar chart, since there's already a bar chart there. Okay, new bar chart. And so that I can see what a bar chart looks like, there's empty data, or meaningless data. I'm going to tell it to clear that data. Now there's nothing. I want to go ahead and add a first value. I'm going to append a point to my data. And since it's a bar graph, I only need, well, a value that has one number. Let's go with 5. Interesting. Well, it would be 5 what? So I'm going to go ahead and add a label. And let's say that's the number of days. Okay, so 5 days there. I'm going to duplicate. And this time we'll say, I don't know, 2 hours. All right, so I have 5 of days and 2 of hours. We are starting to make a graph. I'm going to move from bar graph or bar chart over to making a scatter chart. I'm going to add a new scatter chart. Again, just so I can see what a scatter chart looks like, here are some sample points. I'm going to clear that. I'm going to start adding some points. For now, I'll say, you know what, I'm going to append a point, and a scatter chart, I would want an X and a Y value. Let's go with 2 values, 0 and 5. That's fine. Okay, notice how a point has shown up right here. 0. Oh, I didn't type in 5. There we go, 0, 5. All right. I like that we're able to add 1 point. Let's make this more complex. I'm going to have a loop. I'm going to go from 0 to 100. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph I as my X value and the sign of I as Y. Oh, hey. Now, 1 to 100 might not be logical here. Let's go from 1 to 360. Okay, there we go. We now have a sine wave. I like this so far. It's fun. Let's try one other thing. I can go from having a scatter plot to something more complex. Let's go with a bubble chart. I'm going to get rid of my scatter chart. And I'm going to have data points with 3 values. So my X will be I, my Y will be the sign of I, and maybe let's have the z value to increase over time. So let's say that it's I times a value, and maybe I'll make the value point maybe the log of I don't know. Let's try something out. Let's say 0.03 times I. Now that might be too small. We'll see how it looks. And get rid of this. All right. So notice we have an increase in the size of the point over time, and it's following the shape of a sine wave. Okay. That's just the beginning of what we can do with this tool. Please go ahead, check it out, create graphs, explain data, analyze and interpret. We intend to keep working on this tool, and we hope you enjoy using it. Have fun.